Hi everyone, welcome to week 12 of our Comp 1 class. This week you are going to be preparing your draft for writing project 3. By the end of the week you're going to post your draft to the discussion board, and so that next week you can get some feedback from your peers. And as a reminder here, make sure that you take a look at some sample papers in the Student Success Gallery. In my opinion, that's one of the best ways to get a good sense of what you should be doing for any writing project, is to take a look at how other people have approached it in the past. In task 12.1, you're going to write a draft for writing project 3. Use the resources available to you. Go back to last week's pre-writing to get started. I would reread the assignment sheet to remind yourself of what the expectations are and what your goals should be. As I just mentioned, take a look at the Student Success Gallery to get a sense of how past students have approached this project. And you can also consult the field guide, your textbook. There are a lot of good chapters in there, many of which we've already read, that I think could be good for you to revisit for preparing this draft. For task 12.2, you're going to think about the design of your document. One design consideration is MLA formatting. So project 3 asks you to lay out your paper according to MLA. You can take a look at these pages in your textbook for an example of how your paper should be formatted. But in general, your paper should be double-spaced. You should use Times New Roman or Arial. My preference is Times New Roman. Make sure that you put your name, my name, the date, and the class. And actually, I think that's the wrong order there, my mistake. So it should be your name, my name, the class, and the date. And that should go in the upper left-hand corner of the first page of your document. Another design consideration for you is headings and subheadings. If you want, you can kind of label or head the different sections of your paper as a way to help guide your reader through your ideas. You're not required to do that. Using headers is typically something that is done in longer papers, so you by no means need them in writing project 3. But if you'd like to, if you feel like that will help guide your reader or will help you organize your ideas, feel free to use headers in the different sections of your paper. And there's a section on headings in your textbook that are on these pages right here. For task 12.3, uh, 12.3a, you are going to learn a little bit about how to acknowledge sources within your essay. So in MLA, you need to cite your sources in two different places. One is going to be within the sentence itself. This is called an in-text citation. You'll also sometimes hear it referred to as a parenthetical citation because it goes in parentheses. And then you also need to include that information in the works cited page. And by that information, I mean like the bibliographic information, author, title, publisher, date, that kind of thing. When you refer to one of your sources' ideas in your paper, you need to use something called a signal phrase. A signal phrase, as the name suggests, signals where your information is coming from. It lets your reader know where you got those ideas. It's very important to give credit where credit is due. So if you're presenting words or ideas that aren't your own, you need to make sure that you're giving credit. This video right here will walk you through using and citing outside sources. And there's also a section in your textbook that will cover that as well, and provides a lot of good examples. Task 12.3b focuses on the works cited page. So 12.3a is in-text citations, 12.3b is the works cited page. The works cited page should be the last page of your document. It should be a page all on its own. You need to have 3 to 5 sources listed there. Anything that you consult, anything that you use to help you write your paper, or I shouldn't say anything that you use. Any words that you take from something else, any ideas that aren't your own need to be cited. Otherwise, it is considered plagiarism. Your sources on your works cited page need to be listed in alphabetical order. And because your articles are most likely going to come from an online database, you should follow the citation practice described under article access to a database in the Norton Field Guide. Now, obviously, if you use a different source, if you aren't using an article found in a database, you'll need to find the right way to cite that type of source. But I'm guessing most people are using articles found in databases. And so this is what that looks like. You'll have the author's last name, comma, first name, period, title of the article in quotation marks. Notice that it is not italicized. It's just in quotation marks, period. Then the name of the periodical, or in other words, the name of the source that your article was published in. So a lot of articles are published in journals or in magazines. So that's what this name of periodical refers to. And notice that this is italicized. You'll then need to provide the volume number and the issue number, the date that it was published, and the pages that it's on, the name of the database that you found the source in, which needs to be italicized, and then a DOI, which is a digital object identifier, or a URL. And then you'll last put the day, month, and year that you last accessed or last looked at that source. And we have an example here below of what that might look like. Now, when you do a works cited page, you will need to use a hanging indent. And what that means is that the first line of your citation will be touching the left-hand margin. Each subsequent line, each additional line, should be tabbed over. And that's what a hanging indent is. But if you look at the example in your textbook, you'll see what that looks like. Here is a video on how to cite database articles, so that should be helpful for you. In task 12.4, you're going to post to the discussion board. You only have one post this week. By Sunday at 11:59, I'd like you to post your draft of writing project 3. And at the top of your post, make a few notes about what you're struggling with and what you would like feedback on. There are no other posts you need to do this week, no other replies. We'll be doing that next week when we do the peer review. At the end of the week, make sure that you submit all of the writing that you produced in response to task 12.1, which is your draft. So you'll be posting your draft in 2 places. You'll be posting it on the discussion board as well as submitting it directly to me at the end of the week. All right, I think that is all for now. If you have any questions or concerns, or if there's anything I can help you with, feel free to let me know.